How's your day going? How's your Sunday? My Sunday went out mixed. I had some good stuff happen and not so good stuff happen, but most of the day was good minus some drama, which hopefully will clear up in a week. Hopefully, we'll see. so, so what's happening tonight? What are we gonna do tonight? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. I'm playing the game Stormfall Age of War on my PC right now, so I'm just getting my daily grind stuff done. 1, 2, 3, and that's pretty much what I'm doing in the background on my computer. I need to go at level 9. Level 9 battleground. So let's see, go for that or defense. Let's do defense. And all. And send. And so I'm just doing 3 things at once. Hopefully, alright, so doing that kind of stuff. So that's going on. Got to click the other stuff that's clicking on, doing multiple things at the same time in the game. This is where just running on empty in some degrees. So 2 of 9 on everything. I can't do anything more here, can I? Yeah, don't have much. Okay. Alright, so what should I go for? I should continue with my hunter. Let's see what kind of stuff I still have to do on my for my hunter's case. Let's see what happens. Alright. Scroll 3 done. Alright, so we got that. So, highs and lows. Let's see if I have, if I'm online right now. Let me get back to this. I'm online, but see if I am streaming on there. So come on, let's catch up. There we go. And I have to mute myself. Got blah, blah, blah. So I gave myself a like. Gotta be nice to myself. Alright, today, let's talk about the theme. Today's highs and lows. Every time I start up a group counseling session, I talk about highs and lows. This is the icebreaker of the class. This is how I read and gauge for all the therapists out there. This is how I read and gauge the temperament of the kids. If they had a good week or a bad week. I also try to figure out what topic we could talk about other than the stuff that I bring up, because sometimes I have topics that will be put on hold for next week because there's some stuff that's really important. Some kids are going through some really heavy things and they might want to share that information for some support and some help. So part of that is the high and low. So I will start up because I'm the only one here, and maybe my son will be able to hear me in the future, which is my past, but his present, which is kind of trippy if my son ever chooses to look at my channel, and or family member, daughter, if my daughter ever decides to see what her father was like while she was younger, and trying to figure out, all that stuff. That'd be cool. If I happen to pass away or something else happens to me, that kind of stuff can happen. It has happened to a lot of people, and I have a friend of mine right now in the hospital with a heart thing from the dreaded C word. Yeah, he has a heart thing as a result of the C word. And cancer. And the other C word that cannot be spoken. Or else the medically funded corporations will cause you to be censored off. So all that stuff is, you can't talk about that. Ooh, someone died. Alright, so revive that person. Alright, so let's see what's on the agenda in terms of budget. Not budget, on terms of bounties. I have all those bounties. So I have tons of, let's see who can give me a bounty today. Let's see if there's any new bounties to grab from the strikes, all that stuff. So, yeah. The high of the day, something good today, is today I found as I was pulling in to play volleyball today. I found out as I was pulling in to play some volleyball today after I got my nice sub from John, was it John Smith or Mike's, or I forgot what the sub place I had. But I have a good sub today. Do I have it? No, I don't have it. I have it in my car, the wrapper. That was formerly held a sub. But it was a nice what was it? Roast beef and provolone sub. I think it's Jersey Mike's. Anyways, I had a nice sub. Pull into my parking lot. I'm going to finish off the last half of my sub, last bit of my sub. And I saw on the ground some cards, which was a driver's license, and a couple other cards I didn't understand, and a cooler, a little, thermos type of cooler that could hold like a couple drinks of water or whatever, and a fob or a key for a car. It looked like a Buick, and I'm guessing the driver realized that the softball game he was supposed to attend, or a game or something that he was supposed to attend, maybe the dog park across the street, the parking lot that we were in was not needed. So I have an image of the stuff that I found. I'm not going to show you his ID or anything like that, but I found this here. Where is it? Here we go. I posted it on my Instagram. And inside that little thermos, the thermos had some paper napkins, the key fob. I put the credit cards back in because there's a credit card, driver's license, and a concealed weapon permit, and also a thing to represent the New York Police Department. And he had cash in there. And I didn't count the cash. I didn't even want to look at it. I just wanted to call the necessary person. So I looked the guy up online. Couldn't find any kind of contact information. I'm guessing he might be a retired police officer. And so I called a friend who was a police officer, and he says, "Oh, well, you have to call the local police department." So I called the local police department, Palm Beach Gardens Police Department, and I put in a call and said, "Hey, I found some money, some keys, and this is very important. So is there a way that you could help me out with this and try to find the owner, because they have the access to emergency numbers if they need to. If someone gets in a car accident, they have emergency numbers listed on the database, so they might be able to get a hold of the guy." So I call them up. I ask the people in the area if they've seen anything that they needed, and they spread the word as well. So get into setting up volleyball and play our first game, and I saw the police officer, so I stopped playing in my game and ran over to the police officer, brought the cooler and all that stuff, and gave him my number. He gave me his card. Nice guy, very, very courteous, very respectful. Dropped off the cooler. He took my personal information. He was surprised that I knew my driver's license by heart, and because I didn't have any ID on me or any kind of a identification on me, but I gave him, because I know my license. I knew that since 17. I recited it so much as a teenager after getting my license that it's now memorized. So I went and came back to the game. About 10 minutes into the game, we saw two guys looking around asking for their thing, and we said, "Oh, go to the police officer right down the street." It was like, and he ran. The police officer actually drove away for a little bit until it was waved down, and he got his stuff back. And so after the game was about to be in the middle of the game. I think it was the middle of the game. The guy came and thanked me back and gave me a hug, and he slipped me some money in the handshake. He said, "Thank you. But our next round of drinks is on me." And I was like, oh, okay, I don't drink alcohol, so I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And so 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 I looked in my hand after I was walking back to the volleyball court, and it was, cue the suspense. Let me pull out the. It was just one bill, and it was $50. I got $50. So that $50 is going to go to my camera fund. So it's my good deed for the day, and played some volleyball. And I was pretty charged up, pretty jazzed up. I felt like I helped people out today. Felt valuable and useful today. Because some days I feel really low. Sometimes I'm around people that are negative, but some people I feel. Some people try to. I think they try to point out things that they want to help build me on, which I take sideways, maybe. Or some people are hurting, so they want to hurt other people so they don't feel alone in their pain and misery. Some people are miserable and they want to hurt you. So you could feel miserable with them so you could understand that they're in pain. They want you to be in pain. It's a middle school tactic, but it happens even with grown-ups. Grown-ups do that quite too many times too often. So the low part of today is my friend, he posted that he's in the hospital again. My friend Noel. And his heart's having some issues, which is heartbreaking for me. He's had a rough 2019, 2020, and now 2020 was a rough year for him. Sorry, 2020 was a rough year. 2019 was a rough year. 2021 was a rough year, and 2022, new drama, new pain, new issues he has to deal with COVID. So of the many things that he's gone through in the last few years, he's lost his brother, all in 1 year. I think it was 2020. He lost his brother, father, and mother in the same year. And then his wife got cancer. He had cancer. He was dealing with his cancer. She had cancer. And the chemo that she was on changed her brain and changed her way of looking at the world. So she filled out divorce this year. So while they're dealing cancer, going to the hospital, getting all the chemo and all that stuff, he's dealing with his stuff, and he can't work, and so he's losing money. And he makes guitars. He's a fantastic guitar maker. He makes these very small NRS acoustic guitars. They're worth he sells them for like $3,000 because it's all handmade. A lot of time's put into them. You get to choose the wood, you get to choose the finish, the accents, all that stuff is tailor made for you. You get the case and the strap and all that stuff. It's all fantastic. He's a great guitarist. He's played thousands of shows in the last his life, and I think he signed up for a deal too in the last year. So hopefully that went good. But so he's recovering from cancer, dealing with the divorce, and now has heart complications from the COVID. So he's right now in the hospital. So for those of you guys who pray, I ask you to, not for gossip, just to help send a prayer out for my friend Noel, and if you want to help him out, if you're interested, just let me know. I'll put his link up on my site. I don't have a link on my off the top of my head, but I could look it up. But his name is Noel. He's a fantastic guy, brilliant musician. He plays in churches. He plays in children's youth groups, and he plays for like summer camps and stuff. He's very youthful, very funny, very entertaining, and very talented. He used to be a drummer, got in a car accident, another drama in his life, and it messed up his ability to play drums. So he plays guitar. So he has a percussive guitar style, and he plays with an acoustic guitar that he made, and he has quite a few models that he sells, and that's how he's been able to pay for his bills. So good guy, Noel. So that's the heartbreaking thing of the day. Despite all the drama that's happening with family members and stuff that probably won't change for many years from now, um, it, it, it's a rough, rough situations for a lot of people, and some people's situations are. The way to look at it, I see it, is pain for everyone, whether it's a small little issue like can't find the whiteout. That's a recent trauma, or you lost a family member, or you're in the hospital with a heart problem, or you got cancer, or your best friend overdosed on drugs, and you have to go to the funeral. You have to say something, stuff like that. Pain fills the vacuum, so it's like water. It just fills the whole vessel, and you're going to feel pain all over. Even if it's a small pain, big pain, pain is pain, and everyone experiences pain. Some pain's more concentrated, more intense. Certainly, not going to take that away, but pain is pain. So we got to show compassion to everyone because everyone is going through a lot of stuff. Um, I'm my family's going through a lot of stuff. Your family's probably going through a lot of stuff. So if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. And I gladly might be able to help you walk through some of the things I've gone through, but I'm far from perfect in answering all those questions. So on my Discord today, I posted some good things to know about this one book in the realm of hunger. Uh, Something Hungering Ghosts. What was it? The book I just got. Haunting Ghosts. What was it on the realm of? Let me see the book that I just bought. I just bought the book, and I'll be getting it on Saturday. The realm of Hungry Ghosts, and it deals with addiction. It deals with drug addiction. It deals with the traumas of the past, and the author of that book is fantastic, Don Miguel Ruiz. That's one of the ones that I follow on my thing, and good stuff. So there are people out there. Now his name is what was it? Gabriel Mate. That was the other book I got. I got four. What was the other book I got today? I got the four orders. I got the four agreements, and that deals with. This is an interesting thing. I only got to watch the YouTube video of it. The author, that guy that I mentioned, he deals with that the world that you see is a reflection of you. So if you view that everyone selfish is out to get you and all that stuff, is because that's part of you. There are people that are selfish in their heart. We don't get to see the world purely, so some of the stuff that we have in our life is being projected onto what is really happening. So if you think someone is dangerous and violent and going to hurt you, you think everyone's going to hurt you, and you project that fear onto other people, and so you think this world's a dangerous place. But learning how to try to separate your view on how everyone sees, because everyone's perspective is going to be jaded or impacted by stuff from the past. So that is the thing to chew on. The world is certainly not pure. The world is a lot of breaking points. A lot of people are broken, and they're functioning as best as they could. And how their coping skills that may not be functional today brought them to who they are right now. So that might have helped them when they were a little kid, but they're causing dysfunction today because that is not the current strategy that will be beneficial. And hey, welcome Arthea, hope you're doing well. So what's your high and low today? Something good, something not so good? I'm glad I got to see you today. Let's see what so waiting for the next round of fun. Ooh, I haven't done. Did I? Yeah, I did do that. Okay. I have to use the restroom now. That's part of it. I'll help you with Proving Ground. Oh, you're probably already in bed already, aren't you? Yeah, I'll gladly help you with Proving Grounds. I think I still have some stuff I have to do in Proving Grounds. I think I have to make it through without dying. No one dying on all four of those things still. Yeah, proving grounds is not fun. But anything happened personally? Anything good happened? I shared earlier. I'm gonna repeat myself because maybe you weren't there, but I did a helpful thing for a guy who lost his car keys, driver's license, debit card, and a cooler that had also his cash in it. So he had a little wad of cash, and he rewarded me after I was able to finally find the owner. He rewarded me with one of the bills from his stash of cash, which was a $50 bill. So I made $50 today. So that was a blessing, which brings my total up to $390 saved for a camera. You're in your home. You didn't go out? Did anything fun? Church or anything? Okay. No problem. Alright. No shame in that. If you want to talk about it later privately or on my Discord server privately, one-on-one, I'd gladly talk to you about it privately. That's what I do for a living. But there's a thing I posted on my Discord about the author of the realm of Hungry Ghosts. He talks about a lot of stuff that we get through childhood that's unmet needs of, talking about the importance of when a child is crying. Every child that cries has a sincere need. Every baby that cries, and how our culture handles it, and how it could handling this, how our culture handles it versus other cultures like that used to carry up their child every time their child cries of something did happen. Someone I dislike got arrested. Well, it could be natural consequences. Yeah. Is it a family friend or a famous celebrity or something? Yeah. Yeah, I recommend checking out there's a YouTube channel, YouTube thing. I probably should cut and paste that on here. Screwed me over a couple times. Oh yeah, it's natural consequences. I felt weird after one of the guys who stole something from me. He stole, this shows how old I am. He stole a Walkman from me that had a recorded oh crap, I'm gonna die. He stole a Walkman from me, and then years after graduating high school, I found out that he was riding recklessly his motorcycle in the park that we went to, and he decapitated himself. So I had a mixed reaction to that. I felt bad that, family loss, and then I'm like, man, that's horrible, and then, but I didn't have a lot of, this guy, did me wrong. But no one deserves to die like that. But it was a dumb choice on his part, or reckless choice that he did on his part. And yeah, you got to work on that, buddy. That blacking out, then finding them on the ground, because that could be somebody. It could be a spouse. If you don't get that taken care of. Yeah. I think lies are harder to forgive than theft. I think lies are more intentional. And some people lie for necessity. But lies are hard to unlearn, because, once someone lies to you, you're always going to question them forever. Alright. I see you. Alright, so sad thing about this, yeah. I've gotten my stuff planned out after seeing my friend's marriage. Can't say anything about lies. I'll do anything if it means yeah, well, again, helping friends, if you have the right kind of I almost died there. Oh, he died. I don't know how I survived that. That is awesome. I don't have a... Yeah. See, anytime you lie, even if it's to help your friends, it puts a little seed of doubt for your friends that you'll do anything for them. But if any of your friends discipline another friend, and then you got yourself in the reputation of not telling the truth. He's been the only one to stick around. Pretty logical. Understand about the fighting and protecting each other. I know, understand for self-defense, but generally speaking, the temperament, got to work on that, man. Because you imagine, you know, you get into a relationship with your significant other and you black out. I had a friend of mine. I lost touch with him because I was dealing with my divorce at the time. I went through a horrible, nasty little divorce there. 2007. It was crazy. But I still have his letters in my thing in my garage, on my art table in my garage, and I'm gonna write him back. But he's in prison right now, last I knew. No. Fighting against reality and hiding the truth comes back to bite you, buddy. Regardless of how much you think it helps in the short run, the long-term consequences of not holding on to truth and reality, that comes back sideways. And that's one of the rules of life on Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules of Life. Recommend reading that book. Fantastic book. It is a game changer. And I was wearing actually his shirt today, and it says "Clean your room, Bucko," because that's one of his little things that he says to people. Okay, Bucko. But yeah, it's an interesting book. It's just the same. Again, you could talk yourself. See how a little step away from the truth is. It might be comfortable for the short period. For a long period, again, fighting against reality comes back to you, and I appreciate that you're being honest with me, though. Because one thing about being vulnerable and being authentic is vulnerability and authentic opens the authenticity of other people. A lady named Brene Brown, she talks about that in a lot of her books. And there's a book called Daring Greatly, is where I got introduced with her. And being in a lot of people like being armchair quarterbacks. So being in the ring in the gladiator matches, you're on the floor fighting, and everyone could criticize the person fighting in their fight, but they won't. Being on the floor is different, and it's difficult. But being authentic helps out a lot. I'm an old fart. The long-term consequence. I'm talking from 47 years, 47 trips around the sun. I wish I could take back a lot of the things I said that has wrecked some trust. I mean, trust could wreck you. It could cause you millions of dollars. Can cause you a marriage, and and sometimes spilling the beans and stuff like that. Or if they think that you're telling the truth or lying, that could. There's a movie called Doubt. Also a movie called The Man Without a Face with Mel Gibson. I see you. Oh, he got me with the Eyes of Tomorrow. I heard it, and I should have hid. Poop. And yeah. I just want to save you a lot of drama in the future. I'm sorry for turning you. I'm sorry for triggering you, man. Or you had to go anyway. But yeah, I recommend that you work on that. That's a tough thing to work on. No, I don't want any skin being scratched off. I want everyone to have their skin fully intact. I have a but I was learning about borderline personality disorder because it's it's the things I work with my clients and family, and that's why I like learning new things. And one thing I was described to as someone who's dealing with borderline personality, which translate to people with have anxiety disorders by them whole. And anxiety is the base of fear. I mean, base of anger. So anyone that's angry is afraid. So and fear is the two elements of fear is the unknown and uncontrollable. So what we're afraid of is usually what we can't control. And I got you, buddy. And how you fight the things that you don't know is get to know it, get exposed to it. Well, it's not wrong to say I'm pissed all day. Yeah. Shush, if someone touches me, I'm already tempted to scratch my skin off. Yeah. But, yeah, well then that might be something you work on too. I mean, a loving spouse will help you out with your... will help you out, but if you don't imprint yourself on what's healthy, you'll have problems with what I had to deal with through my life, is having a wrong imprint on what is a loving relationship. A loving relationship, violence is never healthy when it comes to the partnership of a trusting relationship. But why is this not coming out? Alright. It's got rid of now. Uncertainties will never get rid of, but understanding them will reduce the power they have in your life. You understand what you do have control in and what you don't have control in. And if you have control over your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And if you have the ability to control the action, you can't control other people's actions, but you could certainly control your feelings, because you're not a victim to your feelings. Unless you make yourself a victim, then you're as guy I was watching. He's talking about. He's studying it. He's studying addiction in the realm of Hungry Ghosts, and he talks about how if you don't get your needs met as a child, it translates as an adult, and it comes out sideways. Yeah, well, anger separates. Well, there's a lot of things that happen with anger, and Dark Hourglass. I've joined a great time. I think I'll hear some. No, that's being disrespectful. He's not wrong. Okay, yeah, Dark Hourglass, Raider Sea Archstar to get killed in Gambit. Yeah, it happens. But when it comes to anger, within 2 minutes of anger, the blood that's in your brain and certain parts of your brain, frontal lobe and the speaking area of the brain, the temporal area, that blood gets transferred into your muscles, so you're stronger but dumber. And if you're constantly stressed on a regular basis, 30 days straight, if you're constantly getting inundated with you're going to die of this disease on a regular basis and you're 24/7 scared, you're constantly heart rate over 99 beats a minute, you're in warrior mode, you're fight or flight kind of position. It's actually fight, flight, fear, and posture. Flight, flight, freeze, and posture. Your IQ, your brain, the damage done from the neglected blood flow in your brain is permanently damaged, unrepairable. So it's very important to be able to let the brain recover from that anger. And how do you recover from your anger? Is breathing. Also, how do you also within 1 minute? Also, with 1 minute, your immune system shuts off for 5 hours. So cortisol levels in your brain impact, if you're a developing child, your frontal lobe development, your ability to handle things. And if you're constantly stressed, or you didn't get the thing that you didn't need, that you needed as a baby, your brain teaches you that your needs are not important, and you have to rely on them for yourself. That means your attachment style to your parents is impacted. And they have, in extreme cases where kids don't get physical contact, they have two things that happen. There's this thing called reactive attachment disorder, where kids don't have any attachment to adults, and they usually are in the criminal system, because when you don't respect adults, you don't respect laws, and you get yourself arrested often. And also there's high degree of secure 9 years old, I doubt there's a problem at the moment. No, here's something about being smart, okay? The wonderful thing about getting dumber is that you don't realize you're getting dumber. Because you're at 143 when you were 9, okay? They've actually done a study. Every generation is dropping their IQ at 7 IQ points a generation. And they're trying to attribute the cause on it. And IQ is, how fast you could handle things. If you're doing weed and stuff like that, average weed smoker, if you're smoking like a joint a week, average weed smoker a joint a week, they drop 8 IQ points a year. So 143, you're not going to miss much. But when you're at the 80, when you're at the 100 and you're dropping down in the 80 range, you're going to be unable to do your job. If you're constantly stressed out, you cut your IQ in half. So you're at 70. You're barely above doing diapers. So that's where the whole post-traumatic stress comes in. So, yeah, if you're, I think, 82 or 85 or below, I forgot what it was, according to the military, you actually cause more harm than good when being in the military. That's why they don't let 10% of the population, which is below that 82, 85 threshold. So, the more you know, they say ignorance is bliss, but that's actually true, because the more you know what's wrong with people. I'm gonna get these right here. I got my 15. But yeah, IQ is very important. 50. Yeah. Well, again, ignorance is bliss. And I remember reading a quote from Mark Twain. He says, "Never argue with a fool, because they'll beat you with experience and bring them down to their level and beat you with experience." And it's like, that is pretty true. Saw another meme with the guy said, I forgot to put in my motes from last time. And no one else is putting in motes. Oh yeah, they did. Okay, cool. We got 99. We just need one more block, one more no. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright. Where are you? If I grow, more people will try to steal. No, more people try to steal because they haven't graduated the age of 2. So, you know, that's level, 2-year-old behavior. I do an anti-theft class when I do that, but I'm 182 centimeters, which is about 6'1". That's nice. If I grow more, will people try to steal? No, people will steal. Oh, I'm sorry. See, that hatred needs to change, man. Love cures everything. Love cures pretty much everything. Because love cancels out fear. Because the more you have good connections, the more because what happens when you get angry is you get a rush of adrenaline, you get a rush of cortisol, which triggers everything. And if you beat somebody else up, you get a hit of serotonin because you got a high ranking, you've beat this person. You get a hit of dopamine because you did something that you liked. You also get a hit of oxytocin if your friends give you high fives and they help you and reward you for that aggressive behavior. But that could be itself addicting. Oxytocin is also a good reliever of addiction behavior. If you can't trust people, you don't love people, you'll have a higher dependency for dopamine things. So you'll be a shopping addict, you'll be a porn addict, you'll be a drug addict, whatever it is. Whatever addict it'll be your coping skill. But you got to learn how to love. Kids are. I don't enjoy hitting people. That's good, but again. But you said that you black out and people are on the ground, so you don't go through the process. You go through a life or death situation that you were traumatized to, and you defended yourself, and you haven't changed the recipe in terms of dealing with your stress. You change your stress levels. If you learn how to breathe properly and get be able to regulate your body heart rate and keep yourself cool and calm under pressure, guess what? Your ability to have a job in stressful situations goes up. That means making more money, and if you're much more personable and you actually start liking kids, you'll be much more relatable, and again, the authenticity of you able to relate and figure out why you hate kids. I know kids are uncontrollable and they cause messes, but how many messes did you cause as a child? Were you perfectly clean as a... Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm talking while I'm playing, so my attention is not that good on respawn. 8 door handles, 37s. Jeez. That's amazing. That's pretty strong. That means that you had a lot of pain in your past in order to do all that, man. That's some strength and some coping skills. One of this guy is that I follow. His name is Kerwin Ray. I recommend checking him out. Big time recommend him. He talks about I posted it on my Discord channel about how he was dealing with his anger, and he dealt with his rage by oh crap. Where are you tonight? I don't know why it didn't hit him. Ah, freaking got hit with the other thing too. Servant leader is pretty brutal. But you can't open a pot lid. Well, again, Hulk smash mode, you're stronger than you are when you're under the adrenaline mark thing. You're much stronger than you realize. And if you could focus your energy on using it in a proactive way, like sports and exercise properly, you could actually become very strong. But temporary things has a negative effect too. I don't know why I'm still doing this, why I'm still in the match here. But yeah. Yeah, hunters are a little faster and jumpy. I'm okay with the speed. I would like the speed to be translated to Hulk Punch Titan, because my favorite character is Hulk. So, all that stuff. That stuff is what because I do empathize with the Hulk, because I'm not the smartest one in the house. My brother and sister have taken that one in terms of IQ points. But I'll be finding out this Wednesday, or getting permission this Wednesday to get myself a neurological exam to check how much brain trauma I actually did to myself by doing stupid things as a kid. Yeah. Ah, he got me. I was running the wrong direction. Ran in front of the wall for him to easy target me. Servant leader. 1-2 punch and synchronous. I still haven't used 1-2 punch that well. I never got into that. Even though that was broken, you could solo bosses with it. Oh, I have my super. Duh! I forgot I had a super. Did I finish that bounty? I'm here for that one bounty. It was one bounty that I was over. And no high value target. I haven't seen a high value target at all. 3rd out of 80. That's nice. Yeah, out of my brother and sisters, I'm 3rd place. I don't know where my mom ranks on the IQ mark, but yeah, I don't even know my actual IQ. I have done some minor tests. I have not looked at my IQ as a kid, so I'm probably in the 100 and change, maybe 110, 120, 130. My brother and sister are both over 150, so they're really smart, and my brother definitely did show it off when he was when he was in middle school and high school, and he beat the crap out of me in any little game we played. And it's interesting when I was a kid, my brother would follow me all over the place, and my creative insult to him, I would call him follow face. That was, so original. And he just wanted to be with his brother. And he followed me around and looked at all the things that I did, and he was silent and was interesting planning his things. And then when it came to video games, man, he was fantastic. His decision-making skills beat the crap on me so bad that I had no desire to play any video games at all. The only reason why I picked up a video game was because my first wife, she was a video gamer, and Yeah, he just beat me so bad. He did not give me any mercy, so I got beaten so bad. So, so he's just saying what he didn't want to do. Yeah, he learned from me. I was the test child for my parents. So my parents screwed up on me a lot. And example, I went on a sleepover to a kid's house. I remember riding his bike that he let me borrowed, and my brother wasn't with me. And remember being on the median. The next thing I remember is sitting on the side of the road, everyone amazed that I survived, and I see a mangled up bike and a dented car. So that's another reason why I'm going to get a neurological appointment. And my parents, no doctor visit, no check with the doctor or anything like that, as far as I remember. And it's just, what kids will do. I've climbed trees, fallen out of trees, been hit by cars, moving cars, ran into cars with my bikes, hit a car face first, bumper face first from a ramp that broke. That was fun. And got some stitches out of that, about 13 on my nose. And I know a guy who, his daughter got in a car accident, and she got sudden onset schizophrenia as a 16-year-old girl. Major wreck and all that stuff. And, one wrong hit to the brain will totally change your personality. I'll just put this in right now. They're having fun. And, so I have never checked that. So I either have a little bit of autism because my mom has a lot of those features. I have, because I have some of those features too. High functioning autism. Very socially. I don't like looking in the eyes of people. My wife can't stand the fact of that. She thinks I'm doing it on purpose, but it's just something that I'm natural to do it. And especially when I'm getting told that I did something wrong. I have a high degree of anxiety and shame factors. I want to please people, so I try to fix it by solving stuff. My mom told me when I was a kid that when I was a teenager, I got a bunch of speeding tickets as a kid, but she was going through a rough time in her life, and she was so angry that I got a speeding ticket that she told me, "I wish you were never born." And that is something that a parent, that might be something an autistic person might say. She's really being honest. She's telling me exact thoughts, and but that's something. Being truthful and being hurtful are two different things. Telling the truth is I'm having a really stressful time. I don't know what to say. I'm not feeling good about what you did, and I'm really upset. Hurtful is I wish you were never born, and that shapes a kid's brain. And I became a people pleaser for a living as a result from that. And also a people rescuer as a positive side. I help people out. Like today, I helped a guy with his car. So a card and his car, and I made $50 out of it. Sometimes, it's good. Sometimes it's not. Ooh, I see. This is what I came here for. Where is he? I see you. Ah. Someone needs to put in some stuff. I have no heavy. I'll put in the heavy here. Put in your stuff, guys. Alright, so we have 100. We got ours in. Okay, I'll start off with the super because they already started it. Woohoo! Yay! Rank 380. At some point you can stop caring. One hit change your personality. I've heard 3 concussions doesn't mean I have a chance of having have changed once. It has a chance of changing you permanently, and the lasting effects of concussions can change who you are. They've done actually. They actually I think back in the days of phrenology, they used to study the bumps on people's head, but then I think before that, a way they thought that the brain actually they thought the brain was a radiator, and it was a temperature control center of the brain, and the mind was the in the chest, or who we are as a person. And then one guy, he was packing in some dynamite or gunpowder in a hole to break the stone, and the iron rod that he was using struck against something in the stone that caused a spark that caused the gunpowder to go off, that shot the gunpowder out and hit him in the brain, the frontal lobe. And the frontal lobe controls the impulse control, decision-making skills. I should punch him or should I not? Take this, I should not. So people with frontal lobe damage, people with people with alcohol-related damage, the frontal lobes are destroyed, and slowly and steadily, and it's permanently wrecked. That's why how does a crack addict become a crack addict? It is slow decay of the brain. You're stressing the brain out, aging the brain, and causing dementia. I have a client that I work with. His father, after years of drug abuse and addiction, he has onset what was offense? He has dementia. So and he's oh crap. Oops, I did something wrong. I just realized that. Recall, cancel. Yes. So yeah, he's dementia from his drug use. So messing with drugs at an early age will totally wreck your future. Joe Rogan was talking about doing kickboxing. He studies traumatic brain injury and stuff like that now on his podcast. But he quit his black belt kickboxing because he knocked a guy out with his foot, and he said we're at that level apart. It could have been me, and he didn't want to mess up his stand up and his comedy stuff by wrecking his brain, so he stopped. But we don't understand why people take those types here. They're way too harmful. Well, it's a slow fade, and according to the book that I'm going to be reading when it comes out, and it comes over when it delivers here next weekend, because I slowed it down so I could get the credit because my daughter plays video games on Amazon. And Johan Hari's book about lost connections, it's all about connection. I'm afraid of Joe Rogan because I'm scared he'll make people I listen to go off Spotify. The people that are quitting Spotify because Joe Rogan prefers to talk with actual doctors that are that have invented the mRNA vaccine. That he's talking to actual doctors that have most published heart surgeons and heart doctors in the world, has the most published items talking about that. Those are the 2 controversial things he got nailed for. Seriously. Joe Rogan has 11 million people that watch him on a regular basis. CNN has 1 million. The reason why they're listening to Joe Rogan because he actually tries to get to the truth, even though he might disagree with it. Or he finds people that are interesting. It's ridiculous. He's afraid that people listen to go off. Man, people that have their panties in a bunch over the fact that he talks to people that are controversial. That's like hiding from the truth. It makes me want to listen to him even more. I mean, geez, if they're trying to cancel him, a guy that was given $150 million to speak on Spotify because he has opinions that are different than yours, I want to find out why. Rather than, oh, let's cancel him because he says something I didn't like he said. It's ridiculous. Oh, it is your problem if people die because they change the rules when people die. If they change the rules when people die, that rule might affect you. That's very important. And and rules do affect us, especially laws. And those laws could totally wreck us. Well, I just lost a bunch of people right there. It says now down to one person watching. But did I just get canceled? Did I just get canceled? Seriously? All right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I care about people. That's my rule of thumb is love everybody and let God sort them out. That's my rule of thumb. I care about people. I want to help them out of their situation, and I've learned that trying. There's a book that's out there. Uh, I have not read, but I need to read it because it's going to make me a better version of myself. This book right here. It says, "When helping hurts." And sometimes when you help somebody, it actually hurts them. So I need to work on that. I need to work on a lot of things. I need to finish the Daryl drawing that I have right here. I'm so following the dopamine that I don't get stuff done. I'm spinning a lot of books around and I haven't finished one. That's a good rhyme right there. That was unintended. But yeah, I don't agree with all the things that Joe Rogan says or agrees with, but he talks to freaking anyone that's somewhat interesting. He wants to. He talks to conspiracy theorists. He talked to people. He talked to Sanjay Gupta on his role in CNN, claiming that he did horse dewormer, but no, he took a medical prescription from an actual doctor, and Sanjay's appeared like a coward afterwards when he ran back into CNN and said, "Oh, he bullied me. He scared me." That's seriously, that guy has interesting. It's messed up. I don't think Joe and I would actually be friendly to be friends, but we'd be respectful of each other. I don't think we have a lot of things in common, but I respect Joe Rogan because he actually tries to be authentic. But yeah, people dying is the fear that they use to control you and all that other stuff. But I can't say anything. I have already had one of my things blocked or erased by Google, YouTube, because I said medical misinformation. I bet you that medical information has been recanted now. Whatever I said back then has been recanted now. I bet that is recanted, and that still I'm not going to have that thing because I actually might have said something that might be truthful now. And I'm not a distributor of medical information. I provide mental health analysis. That's my job. Respect is quite a heavy word. Well, respect requires me to trust you. And if you tell me the truth, I can trust you. But if you don't tell me the truth, I can't trust you. And so I can't respect what you say. I could still respect you in a general sense, but I can't deep down respect you and trust you with my kids, or trust you with my car, or trust you with my computer, or trust you with whatever. Because, I mean, I give everyone I talk to respect. Even the kid that's accused of murdering his parent. I shake his hand every time I talk to him. I'll be talking to him tomorrow. I'll be shaking his hand, or I give him a hug too because he needs it. He's been hurt so much his whole life. I mean, the story of this kid I can't tell because it's confidential, but man, I would adopt him if I could, but that's not happening. He has such a interesting and painful experience that he's gone through in life. That's just so sad, and and uh, um, and what his parents, both of them, put him through is not fair. This kid is going to be, unfortunately, probably going to be locked up for a while, unless his parent lets the lawyer have access to his psych records, and has access to his psych records, and if she wants to protect her husband, who's no longer here, she'll probably try to keep that away from the defense lawyer. If the defense lawyer is worth his grain of salt, or her grain of salt, she'll be able to get that record somehow. Because it needs a good defense. Everyone needs a good defense of finding out why people do some horrible things. And oh yeah, back to the friend that I'm pen pals with that's in prison right now. I used to work at Radio Shack. When I went through a divorce, 2007, I needed a second job to pay for my ability to pick my son up every other weekend to drive to Tampa and back. And that's a lot of driving. I put 30,000 miles on my car, and it was exhausting. And family members helped out as much as they could, and I'm very thankful to them. So I appreciate them for that. But so I would drive every other weekend to Tampa, which is a 3 hour. Well, I would drive halfway, so it's a 3 hour round trip. And so I needed a second job to pay for my bills. And my job I had, how many miles is a lot? Well, the Earth is 2,500 miles around, if you go around the diameter of the Earth. So I went around the Earth plus an extra 5,000 miles. So that's basically a lot. A mile is 5,280 feet. A kilometer is I think is less than a mile, but I don't know the exact math. If you go for a 5K if you go do 5K, that's 3.26 miles. So it's a lot more in kilometers. All right, so you do the math on that stuff. So I do about 30,000. So it's basically 50,000 kilometers, I'm guessing, a year. An average person goes around 10,000 miles a year. I do 3 times as much. And my second job I picked was Radio Shack. And one of the guys I work with at Radio Shack was this guy named Joe. His real name is Joe. And he had a pentagram that he wore every day. He's into some dark things, and he seemed a little bit injured emotionally. He was a little withdrawn, and because I needed to pay for So he was looking for a place to move into. I was looking for a roommate, but I felt this little red flag about him. Not because of that he wore a pentagram, but there was something about him that struck me that don't ask him. And found out later that he's a drug addict, and his girlfriend was a drug addict, and I can't have drug addicts in my house because I lose my visitation with my son because it's a dangerous work environment. Plus the craziness that happens with drug addicts, and the instability and all the drama. So I didn't ask him. I actually asked his boss. So my boss became my roommate. And then I found a job working with the school district that paid a whole lot more. They were paying $25 an hour. And they was guaranteed I would work 4 hours every time I worked. So I was $100 a night that I was working. So I went for that job and started learning how to do public speaking. So my manager, old manager, because I have a new job, my old manager was my roommate. Yeah, it's $25 an hour, which is basically my average rate that I charge right now, $25, $30, and that would help pay my monthly expenses of paying for rent, paying for the car, paying for all that stuff. And my budget gave me $100 of wiggle room. So if I had something that cost me more than $100, I'm in the negative. And anyways, my old manager, he's telling me how Radio Shack is going while he was living with me, and he shared, "Hey, did you hear about Joe?" And I said, "No, I didn't. It was in the news." And I was like, "What happened?" Well, Joe, he and his girlfriend were physically aggressive to each other. They had police calls on them. They've been fighting a lot. And Joe had like $3,000 or something like that, $3,000 to $5,000 saved up to rent a place, because in Palm Beach County, renting a place is really expensive. In order to rent a place for yourself in Palm Beach County, you need to be paid at least $19.25 an hour for you to have your own apartment. So if you're paying at least $19 an hour, which is very hard, still hard today. That was back in 2007. It's now much more difficult to find a place that's safe and affordable. That's why we were thinking about moving north, about 45 minutes. But so he had about $3,000. You have to put like $1,000 first month down. Usually, if you get a cheap place, it's like $1,000 a month. You have to pay the first down for security, first and last month. So you pay around $3,000. So he had enough to pay to find an apartment for himself. I could help you out with a little bit about that, a little bit, because I've bought a couple of condos. But I recommend talking to a pro on that. But renting apartment, they ask for a security deposit, which is $500 to $1,000 because someone damages the walls, punching the holes in walls and stuff, throwing up on the carpet, dog peeing on the carpet. All that stuff costs the homeowner, and it costs for repair. So if you keep the house in good shape, you get your $1,000 back. For example, our place is in good shape. We're going to get our deposit back. That's a deposit you pay down on the apartment, and then you pay for the first month and the last month. So when you do a lease, you do agreement. Generally, it could be a month-to-month lease, it could be a daily or weekly lease, or it could be even yearly or multiple years. The amount of the length of this lease that we're on is annual, and our lease ends on the. Oh no, you don't need to help. You don't need help. You don't need help on that for right now. But you will need it once you turn 18. So you need 3 years to be prepared for it. So you could pay for a yearly lease, and so you pay for the first month and the last month. So that's like $3,000 if you find out the cost of living in your area. If you want roommates, that's when prices get cut in half and thirds and stuff. But then you have to deal with your roommates' issues. And if your roommates smoke pot, guess what? If it's illegal over there, I don't know what the laws are over there, and you get raided, you're do I need to say? Well, you'll be probably staying with your family for a while, right? Free rent, right? So I recommend learning about compound interest and investing if you're staying with your family, because I know a lot of families and who are Asian, they stay with their families because it's a family cultural thing, and that's actually much more healthy than the isolative American or Western way of dealing with things. It's also with the development of stuff. But back to where I was going. So his girlfriend finds out his $3,000 and blows it on drugs. So she's wasted and intoxicated. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Well, you have 3 years, which is 36 months to get yourself ready to be a grown-up. So enjoy the free rent that you have, unless they charge you rent. Save up as much as you can. Start selling your skills that you have. You could start up servers and charge people for it. Figure out a way to make some money. I know that if you could read English very well verbally, I saw a post on I think it was TikTok, but I looked it up. If you're a good verbally English speaking person that could read very well, they pay up to $400 an hour. That's excellent, man. That's fantastic. As long as they don't confiscate it from you, that's awesome. 13 grand is excellent. Just don't, just be very careful with it. Talk to an accountant that they could explain everything to you when it comes to investments and putting down on house, buying a house. 13 grand in savings could get you into a really nice house. No, that's not a good idea because they could call the cops on you, and that will wreck your future, and you won't be able to move into any place. You got to think. See, the frontal lobe of your brain is not built yet until you're in your mid 20s to 30. You're like 26 to 30. Right now, you're operating on your core part of yourself, which is Hulk punch. The older you get, you realize Hulk might not need to punch this person because last time I punched a person, this is a consequence. So I suggest start talking to accountants to explain to you how compound interest works. I hope you get past 25. I'd actually like to meet you someday in real life. If this channel actually moves off, I would love to actually meet my viewers and do stuff and fly to their countries and all that stuff and actually meet them. That would be fantastic. Especially seeing that you're one of the core original people that talk the most. I would love to meet you in person. And don't stress yourself out to the point that I want you to be out there long enough for me to meet you, because everybody I meet and talk to has value. Well, I don't want you to disappear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh boy, yeah. Well, I was a high risk for disappearing when I was 16. Parents got divorced. And I didn't have really stable parenting. My mom just told me she hoped that I'd die, And the girl that I valued said, I lost my respect for you because I started dating this other girl. And I was actually making out with this girl in church while they're doing a slideshow presentation. So I got stink eye from her because her parents are missionaries, and that's not what missionary girls do. And I didn't care because I was, parents were separated and now remarried, and the guy that she was married to was verbally abusing me and threatening to fight me on a regular basis. So I was in the depressed, and my brother was very good at tearing me down and disrespecting me, making fun of the girl that I was making out with, and I was just really alone and depressed. And I was actually planning it. And then the night that I was actually going to plan to actually happen, I was doing well. I was actually winning competitions, getting first place, and running and doing art. Got first or second place in that. I don't remember that year because I either get first, second, or even third place in the competitions. And I won the most medals that school had. I still have the highest medals ever the school won. Record last I knew. But what about girl and swallowing saliva? Sorry, I only got to see a part of it. A girl, and while swallowing saliva, God, oh, yeah, I was kissing a girl. At 15, 16, you think everything is out there. No, I'm not gay. I enjoy kissing girls, women, ladies. When I was a kid, I was kissing girls my age. Sorry, my age group. It sounds creepy if they edit that. I enjoy kissing girls. No, I know I enjoy kissing my wife. And the women I've dated, I enjoyed kissing them too. Some of them were good kissers, some of them were not. I won't name names. I don't do that, but yeah, some girls were good at kissing, some girls were not. They just laid there and they just expected you to do all the work. And I generally saw it correlated with how attractive they were. The more attractive they were, the less they had to participate in the relationship because they have a long line of guys waiting to date them. So they don't know that they have to work to keep a relationship working. So generally speaking, that was the rhyme. I was lucky. My wife is also pretty and she knows how to kiss. She's good. She treated me well, and yeah. But yeah. So so I was suicidal, and the guy who kept me from doing it, he's a pastor. He was also principal at the school I was going to, a small little Christian school. And he wouldn't let me be alone that night. And he had me take a time out. I was able to sit in the van and think while everyone is eating free steak that night, a steak dinner, all you could eat, all that stuff. I just stayed in the van and pouted. And and that's when I said, fine, God, I couldn't kill myself tonight. I'll give my life to you. You could have it. I don't care anymore. And that actually changed my life. And that was not an immediate thing. I still felt miserable, felt depressed. Self-harm was common. But well, I could teach you on that, man. I could help you with somewhat. I actually was dating this one girl, and I was sitting at a Mexican restaurant, and I was talking to her. So I'm not that good at noticing it, but I'm somewhat good at noticing. I could see other people, but not myself. I'm generally nice to my waiters and waitresses that work with me. And I can't notice if someone's flirting with me unless they're intentionally trying to flirt with me. I mean, I had a girl flirt with me today. I'm married. I was like, oh, that was nice. Thank you. I hope your days goes well. But but again, I generally don't recognize it in myself, but I could see other people, and I could see when a girl likes a guy or a guy likes a guy or whatever. I could tell when people are flirting with each other, but not with me. So it's very hard. If you have people, Mexican food and spices are really strong. They can be. They can be. Yeah, I dated this one girl, another one. She's Haitian, and she taught me the value of spice by eating Haitian food. And Haitian food is fantastic, very flavorful. I enjoy Haitian food. I also like Mexican food. That's why I was eating tacos there. Some foods trigger my thing. I do not like food with cumin in it. Cumin smells like armpit, dirty armpit, and it just is disgusting to me. I don't like beer. Beer smells like urine. I gag at the smell of urine. so I don't want any beer near my senses. I have a hyper sense of smell. That's why I think I might have some autism tendencies. And Arthea, it sounds like you might have some autism tendencies in terms of how you were talking about relationships. And that means that you're just hypersensitive, you have a higher wiring, and that's why you have a very high IQ, but socially not on point. So you might need to learn a little bit of social skills, and that's an easy thing to do if you want to learn it. If you don't want to learn it, life is going to be hard for you, because social skills are what run the game of life. And if you're good at social skills, you'll be able to run the game at life a little bit better. Life is somewhat of a game, but it's also a marathon. It's not a sprint. If you want to go fast in life, you go alone, but you won't go far. If you want to go far in life, you need a team. No billionaire made his money or her money by doing it solo. It requires a lot of people. It requires a lot of people in the Zoom. Yeah, I could tell by what you said. And the nice thing about autism is that you're honest to a certain degree. You know, you told me that you protect your friends by not telling the truth, but autistic people are genuinely more upfront and blunt about what's going on. There's a good book that I required my wife to read. I don't know if she really did, but honestly, because it's showing up. There's a book that I required every woman that I was dating to read. I'm trying to see it right now in the bathroom if I have it. There's one book right there. That's one. There's two books, actually. I don't see the other one. There's another book that I read right here, and is it in here? Is it in the red? I think it's a red book. Let's see what's happening here. Oh man. I'll find it. I did it all alphabetical. I'm not alphabetical, but color coding, which totally screws up my old system. I did it for visual effect back in the day when I saw my sister do it on her thing, and I liked it, and I changed everything to color. And color organization looks visually stunning, but no organizational value at all. Well, it's I think it's called Autism and Love. That's a fantastic book on relationship. Another one is Pretending to be Normal, Living with Asperger's Syndrome, and Asperger's Syndrome by Tony Atwood. Good books. Autism and Love is the book that I would definitely recommend, because you get to understand the value and the beauty of being honest. And honesty triggers the honesty of others. So, yeah, it's very being autistic or high-functioning autistic. It's very difficult in college because you're not reading the social cues of other people, and I can understand why you don't like people, because they're it's purely decorative. Unless it's pure, it doesn't matter the visuals if you can't find any. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I need to redo it and get myself reorganized so I could get the actual. I was actually gonna it's called Asperger's in Love, or I think it's called Asperger's in Love. But there's another movie called Adam. Good movie to check out. It deals with Asperger's or autism with love. Also Temple Grandin, great movie. And a third movie called Mozart and the Whale. Mozart and the Whale with Joshua Hartnett. Fantastic movie about relationships, dealing with relationships, finding someone when you're on a journey. You're a high functioning autistic person, right? High functioning IQ, and you're diagnosed with autism. They stopped the Asperger diagnosis, so it's basically high functioning autism. They just made this is a recent thing within the last. Asperger's was, I think, 1996 or something recent, and then they changed it to just high functioning autism spectrum disorder, with a high function, and they just talk about the functionality. You have an IQ of 146, that means you're high functioning. We're talking right now. And that's good. It's just the point of being you know, um, there's a book called, Daring Greatly, which I have in the bathroom, um, by Brene Brown. Another book on being authentic and real. Mastering yourself at the age of 15, man. You could be a leader and people will follow you. Or you could be passive. You could be a beta male like Bill Gates, or Bill Gates is a beta. He's basically an introvert, doesn't like people. Whatchamacallit, owns Amazon. Jeff Bezos, high functioning. I'm not sure where he's on the spectrum if he's not, but I know Bill Gates is autistic. Um, um, Another guy who's autistic, who has he would consider to be high functioning autistic, which is the guy who wrote Dan Aykroyd wrote Ghostbusters. High functioning autistic person. Temple Grandin again. She's pure autistic, but her mom, bless her heart, she worked so hard to provide the structure and education in a world that considered Temple Grandin mentally insane, treated her like she was schizophrenic. Um, People on the autism spectrum are better with things than people. So dealing with people, because people are unpredictable and uncontrollable. Things are easy to control and predict. So I think you've already done with helping me on my Discord channel. You did a very good job on setting it up and helped me out there. So I really appreciate that, man. That's fantastic. And I will be thanking you as soon as I get my ADHD and my own disabilities in order and get myself back to a slow thing. I need to slow myself down and breathe and get myself into a steady mind. What time is it? 9:34. I'm gonna give myself till. Yeah, well, to you it's easy. To me, it's a new thing. I have to learn a little bit more. You know how to set those bots and all that stuff. That's fantastic. So I'm gonna try to get myself into Crucible. I probably should have done the labs on this, but nah, I'll just do basic Crucible. Not really feeling it. Yeah, I'm a little tired. My voice is starting to crack. I could notice it because I'm talking too much. And I sung today at church. I went to church and sung my heart out. 34 points? Yeah, Trials is tough. It's something I struggle with, but I'm just gonna do Crucible tonight. Just basic control. Oh yeah, what's my bounty? So I double check. I need to do stasis kills, opponents defeated, and kinetic weapon. Okay, so change to stasis. Change to take that one and then do the stasis stuff. Yeah, I'll just do basic stasis. Just need 3 bounties to do. My body is breaking out. I played from 12 o'clock till around 2:30, so 2.5 hours of volleyball. See, you pay attention to that. I just go, okay, that's starting, and I just deal with them as I go. I'm not as organized as you. Your organization skills and your ability to stay present and deal with them in terms of all that detail. I don't care. I just want to finish the bounty that I'm on. If I die a lot, I die a lot. See, you're talking an old person versus a young, brilliant mind that you have. Man, I'm jealous of you. You have so much time and the potential to be so successful in life. You just have to work through the social thing that's holding you back. I have to work through being 47 and still haven't accomplished what I want to get done. There's some things I want to get done, like have a house with a tree on it so I could build a tree house for my kids. I don't know if that's going to happen. So I got you. Crypt mine grenade. It's a man.
Enemy claims zone B. They have advantage.
Yeah, matter of time I get hit. See the sky instead of the ground. Alright, so trip mine. Yeah, I didn't see the trip mine grenade that got me. That's brilliant that they did that. But he's gonna get me there. I almost got him. Probably should have stepped back because there was two guys protecting on that lane, and that was dumb of me to expose myself to that shot. Okay, go back over here.
Don't see lost. Enemy has advantage. Zone advantage is yours.
Gotcha, blind shot. He's waiting for me. Oh, that's a good sniping spot right there. Two different spots, huh? How was that? What was it? How's that a kill? Oh, that blind shot or him killing me from that? That was a kill. I'll stay on A and D and just work on that way. I want to be... Alright. I almost got him. I should have done my... There you go. Struggle. Coordinated fire. Alright. I got my shotgun. Shouldn't have done that. It might, but I don't have any. I use PvE stuff because I primarily do PvE. So I don't have a. Did I get him? Did I get him? No. Yeah. It's just a steady flow of bullets. That's the main reason why I do it. I'm going to get this. Oh, my super's ready. Oh, did I get anybody? I was dumb. I forgot I thought I was not. I forgot. That was dumb. I should have probably, yeah. Probably should have focused on, where's that hand cannon? Vulpecula. I'll do that.
5 minutes left. Keep it up.
Vulpecula is pretty good on the...
Zone A lost. Enemy has advantage.
Bakak.
You captured Zone Zone A. You have zone advantage.
Oh, come on. Seriously, I didn't even see that coming. It was around the corner. Look at that. That's amazing how that thing had that heat seeking.
They have advantage. You captured Zone A. Zone advantage is yours. Zone C.
Well, that's a dumb lane for me to go. Yeah, there's 4 coming out that lane that I just died in, so I would recommend not going there.
Zone C captured. You have zone advantage.
Going to A. Ah. Almost dead. Man. Transfiguration on the lane that they could snipe me on. Not good. But we're winning. That's all that matters.
3 minutes. You're winning. Stay strong.
Man, that contingency plan just could snipe. That rifle just could do some damage. Very good.
Zone C lost. Enemy has advantage. One final push and victory is yours.
Ah, that was dumb.
You captured Zone C. You have advantage.
Yeah, I'm not a shotgun player. I don't like the aping shotgun things, but it works apparently.
Sound tactics bring victory.
Did I get all 3? I didn't do anything on kinetic weapon or stasis. Really? Oh yeah, I missed so Dead Man's Tale. Yeah, Dead Man's Tale is. Good to know. Good to know. Probably won't remember that, but good to know. Multi-match pulse rifles. Medium crimson might work. Yeah. What do I have anyways? It's 180. Full auto. I do have a scathe substance. But I need to do nice. That's cool. Do I have a... I'm just tired. I have to get 10, I might not get it by tonight because I'm getting tired. Yeah, I like it. It does take people down, but it's not whatchamacallit. Stasis. I need stasis kills. So I'll just stubbornly kill people with that and focus on that. I just might have low PV whatchamacallit. Ooh, this might be interesting. This is interesting. Sniper map, yeah.
Enemy claims Zone C.
This is all range here.
You captured Zone A.
Ah, yeah. Shotgun, chaperone, sniping. Yeah, they got this. They won this match already.
Enemy
This
claims
match is
zone B.
won.
Enemy has advantage.
They're covering this lane pretty
Have
good.
advantage.
The chaperone. See how much of a sniping that thing is? That's snipage. Uh, yeah. I don't think I ever used chaperone on PvP. And I'm pretty sure I paid for the price on that. Chaperones. Seriously, you have to be invisible to use chaperone? People are being sniped with that sucker. That's so frustrating. I'm not gonna be able to do any kind of special on this thing.
You captured zone B. You have advantage.
Nah, it's too slow on the Jotun. Yeah, 2-3 at B.
Zone B lost. Enemy has zone advantage.
Especially momentum control. Yeah, that guy, zombie killer. Yeah, he's gonna have like at least 40 kills. Wastelander shotgun. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun. I'm controlling the... Yeah, I went to punch him and got killed by 2 other people. Oh, we got 30 out of 57. That's not that bad. At least we have some people that can play better than I can.
Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent.
Wastelander shotgun. Yeah, we're gonna see. I don't know what's gonna happen. They're beating us badly, but still holding her own on this zone at least.
Minutes remaining.
Need a good grouping. Oh, seriously, the other part didn't come out, so I didn't get the quality of this. That is not fair. So my super did not kill him. That is not fair. They killed me before it could even come out, so I wasted my super on... That was lucky. Yeah, 93. I'm not gonna get the thing I wanted in this one. It's a Sunday. Everyone's all elated. Yeah, I probably could get that 2 charges in the... I wish I could blow that away. I got one. Got one stasis kill. Yay! 9 to go.
Zone A lost. Power play. Enemy has your zone.
Shot, get chaperone. So not fun. Not fun. I don't know why. I guess he gets a nice ego boost from killing all these people so easily. Ah.
Don't let your enemy take this without a fight.
Well, I'll go to A. No one's covering zones either. They don't care about winning because it's already a...
You captured zone A. You have advantage.
Good, super. Yay. That was fun.
This war is for territory.
Alright, so what did I get done on there? I got 3 out of 5. That's not bad, and 3 out of 10, so I'll just do one more. Well, I got 3 out of there. 13 kills, bottom of my pack. 0.93. Yeah. Mascabacris. Yeah. Okay, one more. I'll call it one more and call it a day. But yeah. 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 Anyone playing right now on my team clan? No one's playing. Only 3 people that I know that I've done raids with are playing right now. Yeah. I'm trying to get art kills. Yeah, that's a good idea. But I'm trying to just do the, not art kills, but the ice skills. And if I could get lucky and do a super and not get killed in that and kill a nice 4-pack or 5-pack of people, that will help it go down real quick. Just one good super at the right timing. Just have to be able to do it right. And this one's a good map for that. So, hello people that's on the channel. Voice channel. Yeah. Hey, especially for a hunter. He's trying to do stasis kill, so.
Enemy claimed Zone B.
He's ranging. Ah, I hate that.
You're in the lead. You captured Zone B. You have zone advantage.
Got 2 there. My 180 hand cannon. Ah, Sojourner's Tail. So they made them easier. So I got easier opponents in comparison to last match. The last match was ridiculous. Those guys were tough. So I'll continue with that.
Double down.
Oh, got me. Last word. Yeah. Grenade, I was just mainly for blocking. I use it for just a shield. I don't try to go for the grenade kills on the efficiency on it. Alright, here we go. Ah, got me with the last word. Last word trumps that. Certainly. 2 coming up. Maybe going to B, maybe not. Maybe just holding off. They might be waiting until they get more people. And I'm going the wrong direction. Reminds me of a song of Passenger. Going in the wrong direction. Got a booze in my pocket.
Zone B locked.
Oh, for freaking. Last word got nerfed to the ground. PC, so it's fun to see people using them. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm doing console, so unless my teammates have a PC. Yeah, I would not make it on the computer, I'm guessing. My personality. Oh, I got chaperoned. Seriously? Chaperoned. Gotta love that. See, that could happen. Mine won't kill so quickly. And watch it be with, oh, my super's ready. So I will try to find them.
You captured Zone B. You have zone advantage.
Oh, it's dumb. You just stuck on the wall.
5 minutes left. Keep it up.
Ah, Astro Horizon. Good job. He got a lot of ammo there. Ah, freak. Don't like that. Free set file. Got you back though. One on B crouched. Hunt. Looks like a Titan.
Zone B lost.
Tell me if they're grouped up. If you guys have voice, just let me know where they're grouped. I have a super, ice super for Hunter.
Zone B captured. You have zone advantage.
I should have went down that hallway. That might have been a good idea. After the fact. Oh, I got A. Oh, they got C. That's why.
Zone C lost. You have advantage.
Have advantage. Peekaboo.
3 minutes. Hold
Come
strong,
on, come to me.
This battle is yours.
For all you are heavy laden. Okay. Sorry, it didn't. So my super does not kill him, but his super kills me. That is not fair. That is not fair. I'm just saying.
Zone C captured. Power play.
Finally, your Zumi got me. Took you about 4 times, but you got me. Good job.
Zone A lost.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Ooh, sniper.
You captured Zone B. You have advantage.
Ah, chaperone. I think that's cheap. But it works. It's very effective being invisible and using a sniping shotgun. So you don't have to worry about being seen.
Minute. You have this.
I got one of them. Ah, almost got you, buddy.
You and victory.
Mr. Copeland. I'm not going that way.
And victory is yours.
136. 19 seconds. Can they get 30 points?
Zone B lost. 10 seconds. End zone.
Astral Horizon.
I could not ask for a better victory.
Alright, so how far did I get on that?
Bring me your friends. I need more like
One more stasis! Okay, I'll do one more. Just one more stasis. Adept Uzumi. Yeah. Uh.
control.
3.94. Blick Van
Show me you can
Evil.
take ground.
Eichel. That's cool. Hi Bliss. Welcome to the voice chat if we're going to be talking. That's cool. Fusion map. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with this map. This is where I do okay here. Like that.
Enemy claimed zone B.
Oh, I got. It's also a Titan melee and shotgun map too. Yeah, watching me doing Crucible. My weakest area. I'm getting like a 1 KD, maybe.
Zone B captured. You have zone advantage.
So I'm a tie for 1-1, but I didn't do well here. I gotta take over B and A. No, just A.
Zone A lost. Enemy has zone advantage. You captured zone C. You have advantage.
You have advantage. They're going the inside lane. I mean the outside from, or that's considered.
Zone C lost. You captured zone A. You have zone advantage.
We're just gonna be going back and forth. I'm not gonna see anybody. Huh. I got it. I don't have to worry about stasis anymore. I'm done. So this is hopefully a quick match.
Captured Zone C. Power play.
Power
Keep the
play. I
pressure
think they
on.
might leave and let us win. That's a bad angle.
Zone A
Bad
lost.
snapshot sight. He has a Glacioclasm. I should have left because that was a one-shotter. I don't need to do this anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot. Work on my bow skills.
Zone C lost.
I do
Enemy
need my
have
Bowfriend's back
advantage. You
thing
captured
done.
Zone A. You have advantage.
So I need to do 3 headshots without dying. I was too busy focus on one guy. Didn't got side shot. Alright, 52-20. I'm going to C. I'll go back to my fusion rifle aping. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Zone B lost. Enemy has zone advantage. Zone advantage is yours. Zone A lost. Zone advantage is yours.
Aww. Oh well.
You captured Zone A. That's a power play.
You need to get to 80 before they hit 24, 25. No. I think we got the up to...
I've seen enough.
There we go.
Calling this one.
Yeah.
Victory is all I ask.
Yay!
Good.
Alright.
Impressive.
Alright, on that note, go
You
to
could
the
give
tower.
Jacks a lesson in territory control.
Yeah. Hey, 5 people. Hope you're all doing well. Or being well. I keep on saying doing well. And, it's like being a human doing instead of a human being. I hope you're being well. A lot of Finnish people and cultures that value family thing are value. I know some for, Asian community and all that stuff. They value family shame and culture is very strong. And, yeah, so they operate on doing instead of being. And we're human beings. We're valued for as we are. I see everyone as a masterpiece. I try to love everybody and let God sort them out. And if they have problems in their life, then, there could be some solutions. There could be some actual solutions that could help them. Didn't even pay attention to that one. I guess all my things are full. Sorrow's Verse, Encore, and Adrenaline Junkie. I don't know what that is. Adrenaline Junkie. Nah. Sorrow's Verse again. Rampage into sway reduction. That might be actually pretty good. What's around 600? It's not that bad, I guess. Do I have any room on my thing? Law Frenzy. Surplus. I'll get rid of you. It's a special. What special thing could I get rid of? Dragonfly. Rampage. What was Frenzy again? Get another one of those. Welcome. Well, I lost you. Yeah. I'll get it just in case it might be needed. Someday. I'm a collector. I have tons of stuff saved up in here. How far have I gotten? Oh, I'm back to 495. I went up 65. Wow, 496 now. Oh, I don't use the Oathkeeper. I have like 3 of these, 65. That one's a little bit boring, but it's probably the... Hey, Spider. Welcome back. I just have this because I just like laughing at it. I'll keep it in the safe. How you been, Spider? Spider Pig, Spider Pig, Spider Piglet. More than that, I think. It's 4 a.m. Yeah. 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. Alright, so I need to go to the helm. We had some interesting conversation. Yeah, have fun, Arthea. Thank you for your time. Rest up. Thank you so much. So, Spider Pig, how was your day? What was your high and low for the day? Yeah, it's 10:19 for me, so I'm in Florida. Florida, as one rapper has called himself. Florida. I've had some goods and highs and lows. I scored some money today. I scored some money by being a nice, honest person. Someone left their cooler that had and it was spilled sideways on the asphalt in the parking lot, and I parked my car right next to it, picked it all up, tried to find a name, tried to Google the person, couldn't find them, found out they might be a police officer. So I called my friend who's a cop who works in one of my schools, and he told me to call the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department. And I called them, send a guy, and I gave him the stuff, which had 2 forms of ID, including a driver's license and concealed weapon permit carrying, which a New York Police Department card of some sort, and their debit card, and they had cash, probably maybe $100 in cash or something like that, and they had a fob for their Buick vehicle, and so the guy came back later looking for the person that found their stuff, and we pointed him to the police officer, and he came back and gave me a hug, thanked me for it. He's very thankful and appreciative, and he gave me $50. He says, tell them the drinks are on me. I said, oh, thank you. I don't drink, but it was cool. He gave me $50. $50. So I made $50 today, so I am almost to my goal too. I might even be tempted to buy my camera now, or wait and save up for a better version. Maybe go for the TI instead of the T. It's just a Rebel, Canon Rebel. Outlaw and firing line. Shepherd's Watch. Multi-kill clip underdog. Yeah, so I'm at $390 out of a $450 camera. So it's only $60. So I can pull that out of my I have extra money saved up for the buffer for the month. So I can get the camera now, or spend another probably another probably $110 more for a better camera with 2 lenses that I will probably buy anyways. So I might just wait and go for the TI. I'm just gotta look at the different stats between the TI and the T, or what are the... It's a Canon Rebel. I haven't looked at the stats yet. It's at Best Buy. So I'm gonna do the research this week. I've been wanting to get an updated form of an SLR camera for probably maybe 10 years. And I never found extra money to do that. And I just started saying, okay, this year I'm going to break all of my procrastination and actually save up money. So I started saving up money using the Christmas money I got, sold some things, and every paycheck I put $100 or so. So that's $200 right there. A couple paychecks since then. So it's been like that. So I got that. That was good. And then found out a good friend of mine's in the hospital with heart condition. So I was like, that's my low for the day. My friend Noel, awesome guy, great guitarist. What about you? What you do? What you get? What you have happen to you today? Any adventures? That's a cool looking shell. Kinda. Nah, I'll just put it in my collection. Yeah, so I have maybe about a few more minutes. If you want to play some Destiny, I'm game to help out. Grandma's house? How's Grandma? Both of my grandparents are no longer here. I got to meet one grandmother. My other grandmother was mentally ill, and from what my cursory diagnosis, I would say, was depressed with audio and visual hallucinations. So yeah, well, she passed probably when I was a kid. My other grandmother passed probably when I was a teenager. She died, I think, at 91 years of age or 92. So she lived a pretty good life. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. My mother's side had some depression and probably dementia too. Yeah. My mom loved the show Beverly Hillbillies. I'm guessing she liked the crazy granny, and so now my mom is dealing with her round of dementia, and she's being a little crazy now. And for example, she called me up and heard that I didn't get the V word for the outbreak of the Kron and all that stuff because my wife and I are wanting to have kids, and there's no long-term study on kids, and there's no approved vaccine on this sort for kids, even though some pregnant people have taken it. But we just want. My wife wouldn't even take aspirin or Tylenol for a headache when she was pregnant. She wants to make sure everything's clear. So we held off on that, and eventually we caught it. So we might have caught it in 2019. That's probably why we've been immune to it for so many years. I don't know. I'm not a medical expert. I don't give medical advice. I do mental health advice, but not medical advice. But so she called me up in a panic saying, well, I'm going to take your daughter when you get COVID and die, and I'll plan your funeral and all this other stuff. And I'm like, seriously, Mom, the chances of, according to CDC stats, which I'm not going to repeat, I have a pretty good chance of surviving this, unless I have like 3 or 4 morbidities, which I don't see myself having. I'm not overweight, have diabetes, heart disease, and some other issues, cancer. But my friend who's in the hospital, he has cancer, or he's dealing with cancer, and he has a heart reaction from it. Yeah. 2019 in November, my wife and I and my mother-in-law, we all had a heavy sickness. So it came out in February the next year, but some people say that it came out earlier in the United States and they just never reported it. I don't know. Yeah, me too. He's friends. He's a guitarist, fantastic guitarist. Name is Noel. He makes guitars too. He makes some cool like guitars, and Noel's just a great guy. And I've been to a few of his shows down here, and I'm a big fan of his. And if it's within an hour driving range, I'll go see him. And so, yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. All right. So I'm talking to somebody and checking my. Oh yeah, I was gonna check for my friend Noel's. Someone sent me a message on my Facebook, so I was responding to their response. Sorry. Oh dang. Yeah, my dad's on TikTok and he said a dog dewormer medicine can cure cancer. Don't even say that. Yeah, it might not be true though. It probably is not true, but there is certain things that help with cancer. Um, One thing that helps with cancer is a strong immune system, from what I've studied when it comes to psychosomatic responses to disease. If you have a healthy immune system, you have a far better chance of surviving cancer and any disease if you have a very strong immune system. So if you're healthy, you should be able to fight it. There's a guy by the name of Wim Hof who challenges a lot of stuff about medical stuff, but I won't mention anymore because I don't want this stream to be taken out and taken down. And I already got a warning because I shared medical misinformation before by talking perhaps about my wife and I choosing not to um, get the V. So try to lay off on that. But yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. It could be that. It could be a miracle from God. Yeah. Could be a coincidence, but again, the big pharma corporations prefer us sick than healthy. Doctors prefer us sick and healthy because to a certain degree, because they want to get paid for their job for helping us. And they probably want us to be healthy, but they are in the business of helping sick people. I am in the business to lose money by helping people, so they don't need any counseling anymore. I'll never be out without clients because of how toxic this world is to people. And I posted on their Discord um, good stuff. Oh yeah, I was looking up my Facebook. The reason why I went on Facebook, squirrel moment, is to look up Noel's, uh, look up his site and post it on here. He has this. Yeah, he says he has a great sense of humor. He wrote, "As if having congestive heart failure, eating hospital food, and having fluid in your lungs isn't bad enough. Now my favorite USA curling team loses horribly in the Olympics. Boo hoo, boo hoo." He's a fantastic guy. It's awesome. Uh, Great sense of humor. So yeah. Of course. I went and had the monoclonal antibodies given to me. I was probably one of the last ones, and they said it doesn't work on the current strain of Omicron. Um, my personal experience is not medical advice. It hit me like a ton of bricks when I first got it, and the nurse didn't tell me about the first side effects when you first take it. So I felt horrible the night that I got it. I got it that day. They finished around 6 something. By 8 or 9 o'clock at night, I was feeling horrible. Plus, I took my Buterol, doctor prescribed, and the Buterol made my heart feel a little bit weird and rushed, and I was trying to calm myself to go to sleep, and I tried to play some just basic strike, and I couldn't play because I was just coughing up a storm and shaking so strongly. So I went into the ER and they checked me in that way, and because the lungs got a little bit more cloudy than the day before that they checked me. So I got checked in and stayed there for 3 days and got a lot of IV stuff. They never gave me vitamin C or a high dose vitamins, which I heard a lot of people get before, or any zinc or anything like that. They gave me antivirals and antibiotics like crazy. I was on an IV for 3 days straight. Stabbed me in the stomach with a lot of shots for anti-clotting um, medication, which messed with my diet. So they gave me food to help with my food, so I could actually poop. And I recognized that I got some circulation back in my legs, And I got, oh yeah, the next day after the monoclonal, I felt amazing. I felt jacked up. I felt energized. I wanted to go play some volleyball. I had a mild cough, but that didn't bother me. I was just feeling amazing. No, I didn't even have a mild cough that next day. And then I just felt miserable the rest of the time. My oxygen levels were as low as 87, but as high as 95 to 97. So if you're in the 85s and below, you're passing out and stuff like that, and you need oxygen. I didn't need oxygen. They gave it to me once, and I just used it. Didn't feel any difference getting it, so I just took it off and just continued, and I succeeded and got myself out of there. And the unfortunate thing is, on the 30th, my primary care physician stopped carrying my medication. Stopped carrying our insurance, so we got fired from a private. Basically, got fired from our primary care physician, and so does he have? They don't have. He doesn't have a link for his stuff. He doesn't. Oh, man, I keep telling him he needs a link for his page so I could sell and advertise for him that he's selling guitars and stuff like that. But it's a frustrating shame. But so 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 what happened? Oh yeah. So where was I going? I totally forgot where I was going. I just totally lost my track. So I got out on 3 days later, and that inspired me to get myself checked out for other things from childhood. So this Wednesday, I'm going to talk to my new primary. Oh yeah, my primary care physician fired United Healthcare. So our primary care physician has like multiple doctors, tons of doctors. So if you go down to the United Healthcare doctor link that has a bunch of pages, everyone is booked. They're either concierge or whatever. One person had a 3-month waiting list. And they said, "Oh, go talk to this doctor," and that doctor was part of that firm. So I had like 3 referrals back to my primary care doctor, who got rid of um, United Healthcare. So I've been on phone calling a bunch of doctors ever since, and I finally got one. And the hospital staff that are supposed to call me with and set up another appointment, they never did. So so I have not seen a doctor since the 3rd of January, and I'm supposed to get a refill on my meds for breathing stuff, and that's pretty much tanked. So my breathing is still good. I mean, I have a good score. I'm guessing what my oxygen levels. I'm guessing. Let's say what kind of 90, anywhere from 92 to 97. I don't think I might got a 98. What do you think my heart rate's going to be and my breathing's going to be? So I am at 97 heart rate. No, I'm 97 breathing. My oxygen level is 93, and my heart rate is at 86, which is good because it's normally in the 90s. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, it went up to 92, but that's cool. But my oxygen level's at 97 right now, so which is good. So that's healthy. But you are doing something right, unless you have some severe loss of limbs and you're just. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm glad that I rarely go to the doctor. I mean, the last time I was severely sick was in 2019. Fever, sick. Sounds like it was a Crohn. And yeah. So yeah. So that's awesome. Yeah, I rarely go to the doctor. I go every year because I have to get my annual for my job has to have me they do blood test every year to check my health. So I have to do my cholesterol and all that stuff. They raise the rates if I'm not healthy. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so what would you like to talk about tonight before I call it for myself? How is yeah. So what did you went to your grandparents? Anything else happen? Do you have like a tradition? Do you go to church like some people do? I didn't. Just curious if you do, or did anything fun today? Yeah, last time I went to the doctor primarily was for my wife. We had a miscarriage last year, and that was sad. We lost a child after a few months, so that sucked. Really depressing and very frustrating. Free coach and chair? A couch, I'm guessing? Couch and chair? Cool. Nice. Free things is awesome. Are you decorating? Yeah. Again, everyone's gone through their own, everyone has their burdens and stuff, and because I work in the world of sad things and stuff, I tend to see a lot more drama. So that's why I ask people for their highs and lows, because, I'm pretty sure other people go through drama as well. They just try to pretend everything is good, and they put on this image that everything is. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I give my electronics away when I replace them as well. For example, I had my PS4 and I gave it to my friend Vern, who gave his PS4 to another family member who lost theirs. So I was generous because he was generous. I'm having a conversation. All right, so people have fun getting rid of their stuff. Does the furniture stink, or is the furniture in good condition at least? All right, let's see what I got on my character. Let's go back to my. I'll clear off this stuff here. The portal opens. Hello there, Alpha Guardian. I am about to head off almost. But how's your day? What's new with you, man? I had a nice little adventure today, so I shared that earlier on the stream. If you want to catch up on it, you can watch it. I've talked about it already twice on the stream, so my voice is about shot. I'm gonna change characters and see where I am on bounties for the other two characters. But what you up to, General Kenobi? Ah, yes. The longer I'm out without dinner, I start coughing. So I didn't have dinner tonight, so I was gonna have some water and just go to bed. It's 10:46. I have like 14 minutes before I'm going to bed. So work was good. Brainstorming ideas for videos and getting ready for bed. Okay. Have you come up any cool ideas for your videos, or that's gonna be on the down low? Let's see, what do I have here on my character? Let's see. Alright, so I got one page, so I could probably get some more. Let's see which ones are left. I didn't do any of the weapons bounties. I think I'm storing them up. I didn't do any trials because I wanted a trials team eventually. That's what I want to do. I need to do a trials run. I needed 20 wins to finish the bounty thing. That's gonna take some while, but I think it's 20 games wins. I'm not very sure about 20 matches won. April 5th, new Lego Star Wars come game. I'm gonna play a playthrough on it. It's gonna be a long video series since the game has all 9. Nice. Is that multiplayer or is it single player game? Because I might get that game if it's multiplayer. If it's a multiplayer game, I'll join you gladly on that if that's available. If that's okay. I would love to do that kind of stuff. I had the original Star Wars Lego back in the day when it came out, even before you guys were born, youngsters. Oh, I could get one strike bounty. Cool, what was that bounty? Yeah, I have some videos of Shattered Deep, not Shattered Deep, no, it's Stranded Deep. I haven't finished that one. I still have to do that ending. See about some Gambit single player. I think most Lego games are, but bro, it would be dope. Yeah, I would love to, man. See, that was one thing I would recommend for a lot of games. If they could just add the like Pokemon, that would be a massive, massive game experience. If you do like a Pokemon and make it Destiny style, where you could go to the world and help teams fight against big bosses and stuff like that in the game, as opposed to Pokemon Go, where you have to drive and pretend that you're walking, drive really slow and get the mileage. I mean, Pokemon Go does encourage a lot of exercise, which is cool. But I was thinking about, go online, where you could have it play on the Switch and you could play against other people there and with other people on missions and stuff like that. I didn't do any bounties. That's one thing I could do. Some bounties for clan, but my clan members are not playing that much anymore. I remember when Atari came out. I actually owned a Tandy 1000 TX, which was the first home PC, and we played games, learning how to program MS-DOS back then. So that was it was fun.
The Vanguard's writing crafts. Everything's all good or all bad to them. Live in between. They won't last long.
Yeah. Everything's a blessing or lesson. Alright, playing the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. The original Star Wars Battlefront 2. What about Battlefront 1, man? I asked the same thing the other night. I have Battlefront 1. I played that. The original Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yeah, my voice is going. Yeah, it's gonna be fun tomorrow. I get to my first appointment tomorrow morning. Well, first thing I have to do tomorrow morning is to log in on the jail computers and see if I have to if I could see my students this tomorrow morning, and then I'll go see my jail kids.
Checking now.
Yeah, someone's sending me Facebook messages, so I'm responding to them while we're do. Oh, they want me to play Call of Duty. I'm like, ah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a Call of Duty fan. Welcome back. And yeah. All right, so I'll grab that, and then I'll go to my other character and see. I'll take a picture. Take a picture on my pahone of what's going on. Shoot, there. Wanted to check about. Oh, there we go. Taking a picture. No. Okay, let's see what we got as far. What did I choose? Did I choose my? That's my warlock. So let's go check on what kind of bounties I could get from the tower. Take take the night. I understand losing your voice during stream. It's a grind. Yeah, I talk for a living during the day, and usually I sing a lot on Sundays because I go to church and I sing in the morning. And just that. Well, I also worked on Saturdays when I was working my two jobs. But talking on Saturdays and singing on Sunday, I would have no voice on Sunday night, so it's normal. Yeah. Have a good night, man. Yeah. Yeah. There was a yeah. I went by I was yeah, I went by I met a iron
But don't let it get you
person,
sick.
Iron Man couple, and they were going towards another Iron Man event, and they mentioned that I should try to do Iron Man because I said, man, I always wanted to do that.
Comfortable beckons
There's
comfort.
one that's happening in
Thank you,
Fort Lauderdale.
officer.
Ooh, this one has
Take
a
a look.
bunch.
This is as sturdy as you.
So I'm gonna take that in there. So I'm gonna set that up for tomorrow and do some bounties tomorrow to cap this stuff out. And so yeah, 5 people watching. How come 5 people are watching now when I was about to go to bed? You could have watched earlier. We had some good conversation. I can't take that. No. Yeah, thank you. Alright, so I just got a call on my phone. I just had to avoid that.
Kill anything big lately?
Yeah.
See you on your way.
Okay, that kind of stuff that's on the collection here. So I'm glad Artius got her his let's see what this one is. Not impressed. Alright, so I'm going to call it a night for everyone. So have a good one. Sorry, I just did the pause. Have a good night. Have a great rest. Hope you learn a lot while you're sleeping. Hope you in your dreams, and I hope your day is better than today. I hope I could help you out if you can. Watch my old videos, like and subscribe if you can. It'll help me out, help me get to the monetization part where I could reward a lot of people. I gave away a gift card to GameStop Friday, and still waiting on the Pokemon cards for sweep. I'm giving those away too if you want. Have a good night. God bless you. Thank you.